I'm Jeffrey Rogue Kohut. This is my Potter's Journal for February now, 2025. We've got a kiln opening for you today. A kiln full of heart-shaped pots. Okay, and maybe we'll look at some baskets before it's all over too. Enough of having fun. Let's see what's going on in the studio today. And so heart-shaped pots, well, they didn't all fit in there, but just a little hint of what is in there. Nothing spectacular, but just something cute and small and little. Things people like to buy. You have to do that sometime. Yeah, sometimes little things people like to buy. And did I say heart-shaped pots? Well, here are some with the jeweling on. This is what I did last year. This is what I had a video already made that shows you exactly how to do that. So maybe I'll try to put all the heart-shaped pots or heart pots in a playlist and put it on my homepage. The making of it, how to do the slip work, making the pots, no S-cracks, that's always a problem, throwing off the hump. I didn't try this time, and I had less problems than when I do try. Okay, and here we go, some sgraffito. Now, the early American Pennsylvania sgraffito pieces, often made by people with really no design or drawing skills. So if you can't draw, okay, don't let that hold you back. That's what gave the pieces the charm. Okay, the primitive, naive, however you call it. So, yeah, hold back from buying some kind of rubber stamp that you press in there and do it yourself. That, if you have no drawing skill, it'll make your pieces authentic like the old ones and hopefully give them the charm. Now, these are just small pots, a little novelty. Okay, something maybe to catch somebody's eye at a show. This is not something I do a lot of. This is not something we put a lot of time into. But this is also the lesson of two clay bodies. This is standards. I usually always use standard ceramics hazelnut clay because of the dark reduction-like look in an oxidation kiln. Well, this is a specked clay. They call it brown, but it's a specked clay. They have another specked clay called specked clay, but the specks are too fine and I didn't care for it. However, this is the glaze I use most often with a tan, with a clay I use with a tan glaze. Here's the normal darker body, and the same, actually no, this is a reclaimed clay with the hazelnut probably and a red clay. So here, this is the same glaze. So that's what two different clay bodies can do with the same glaze. A little bland looking here and a little richer here, which is why I use the dark. And with, okay, the standard sea mist over top of my green glaze, celadon-like glaze. So, yeah, the tale of two glazes. And here I am hoping that I will have a nest of these guys. I think this is the biggest. I'm hoping there's going to be a nest of these. No problems down here. Okay, and you know, when it comes to something big, so much can go wrong with all the layering thing. So here I rely on just taking the back of a needle tool and putting the 3 lines in there and on the rim so that the glaze catches in there and you get some interest. It gives a simplicity to it. So we're using the form and the design of the bowl as opposed to, okay, the glazes. And hopefully we have a nest. And here we go. So we've got the little ones again. People like sometimes catch their eye with the big one. This one has a galaxy of the jeweled hearts in it. that it's not well defined, that it's not a straight line. So if you can't draw a straight line, I don't think this would be quite the same if we did the jeweling, the dot, in the dot, as a straight line drawn out heart. So we've got that galaxy. And again with the lighter clay body, the spect, and I put brushed a white glaze down and did the jeweling over top of it. And then here on the rim I dipped it in the sea mist, so we have a bit of that, okay, running down. So we did do a little bit of the layering there. But I am really happy with this. So we've taken it, so if somebody does like it, the technique catches their eye. We've got it here in the little shots, in the big plates, and relatively simple, with just a floral inside. And then here, this same thing with the sea mist. Once again, the sea mist always looks better on a darker clay body than on a lighter. So your glazes can look like two different glazes entirely on a different clay body. Okay, and here again with the galaxy. So this is not something I did a lot of. There's only a couple of these that I make them for Valentine's Day, for a video in a sense. I don't know that I sell them then much. I do a couple winter shows, but they go slowly through the year. So we've got a collection this size. Last year I put candles in these, so I will try to put my heart shaped pots playlist together. It'll be on my home page, and you can see these with the candles. And two more of these guys. You know, I've had so much trouble with the S-cracks. I don't know if it was this reclaimed clay body or why. I sometimes lose 10%, but this time I don't think I lost 1 in 30. So I couldn't say what to do that makes it work out right or wrong. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So if we're going to try to do a nest of these, well, here's another size, and there are 2 of them. This one I think has more the shape. This one's a little odd shape. I'm not completely happy with that sharp angles. That I like the rounder. Okay, there. So maybe we'll see if we make a nest of these yet. I'm not sure what is in the bottom. It's been really too cold to come out here to empty the kiln. It's been here for a week now. And 3 little potters just had, okay, a suggestion for me with the S-cracks in her heart throne shaped pots off the hump. So maybe I'll put that one in my video playlist as well. Oh my, that's a mess. Isn't that ugly? I don't remember when I've told you something like that before. Oh my. You know what? I won't do any more. Here's where I like the spect clay. I like it with the tan glazes over them. This is, okay, relatively new one for me. Pink Shadow from Standard. It's too thick. I need to thin it down. It's too thick. It's that 70s ashtray thickness glaze to it. But that does seem to be popular today, so we'll find out. So I won't do any more like that. With this clay body, we will do them like that. I will say that I like the little heart pictures, that because of the heart on top, I don't feel it needs a handle, that people aren't asking or saying where the handle is. If this was just a small picture, they would be looking for a handle. They would say, well, that's nice, where is the handle? And here's the thing with the glaze layering, that I kept it just up here and it came down here over the trailing. So I think that's why I like to do the slip trailing, that it's in the hands of the artist. You don't have to worry about what the kiln might do to it so much. Okay. So, yeah. If there's any, oh no, if there's any more of these, I may wash the glaze off. I've done that in a short video once, and people seem to like seeing that for some reason. Okay, and again, yeah, with a darker body. This one, it looks like I could have shaped that a little nicer and better. I don't just pull down here and here. I sometimes pull out a little bit here as well afterwards to round it off. Looks like I missed with this one. Okay, I see the next wavy bowl down there. So hopefully we have a set. But I do want to pull these out. I have two prototypes. I do keep prototypes here. This is on, let's see, let's just pull. I think there's a green one here, yeah. So this is the bit, it's not that much of a darker body, and the one with the specs. And, oh, so that's not that bad in this part of the kiln. But I do like the update with the little dots, but not so much the layer thing, just because, okay, have you managed to control it? I haven't. And prototype on the, okay, well, it's a tan glaze. I think this is the pink shadow again from Standard, and let's pull one of that. So if it is the pink shadow again, I think it's just a little too thick here, that it's not allowing the slip to show through as well. So we will work on that for the next kiln load. And as you saw, there is still, yeah, way too thick. It seemed very thin when I put it on. I scratched through it in a place, but it seemed very thick. I've also found that this glaze only really works on the bottom of the kiln. In the top, it tends to bubble a bit with actually almost all the tans I've tried. If anybody has a good tan, well, I guess I'm only using Standard glazes because they're the only ones that really you can get dry, and I'm not going to pay for the price of a little bottle what you can get a 20-pound sack of dry glaze for. Okay, and you know, we just like those little pictures that I will improve for the next firing. I think we got this, the Standard, the Sea Mist on the yarn bowls. Okay, this time round to come out better. I think what I did is I gave the top a second dip. I dipped the bottom once to show off the slip, the design that is down here, so that we didn't cut through it and have it look awkward with that cut through the decorative element. And then a double dip on the top to give a fuller coat. So we improved that one from the first firing to this. We'll do the same now with the little pictures. And here's the way I was doing them with you know, a tan glaze down here and the Sea Mist on top. It is so much easier and maybe cleaner looking, more simple, to just do a solid glaze. So sometimes less, and keeping attention to the form can be more. Okay, and I showed okay, very special double bowls in the last series of 3 videos with the handles, the cane handles. Now let's see how this one is, if it will make a set with the other 2 or 3, however many I have. Okay, so no problems anywhere, clean and no cracks. let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can stack these up and then maybe catch up with the weaver. See if she has any heart baskets around. She used to do a lot of heart baskets. I think for classes they were popular, and when she did street markets. But I don't think they ever made it into her art baskets. Okay, so here we go. Can we make a nest of wavy bowls? Simply glazed. If we did layer them and try all kind of different glaze combinations, could we have got one in each size? And would it have been too distracting? Whereas with the one glaze and the simple, I think these all have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they all line up. When I threw them, I don't know how many I did. Oh, look at that. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, we have got a stack, a nest of wavy bowls. Okay, and here it is in my potter's journal. When I did these, I did 4 at 1 pound, 4 at 2 pounds, 5 at 6, and then this other size really doesn't match. And then I just pulled out the ones from each group that looked like they would stack up the best, and then hopefully for the glaze. And these came out of 2 separate kiln openings. But there it is, the nest wavy bowls. Ha. And here's the bigger one. It has a different type of the scalloping on it. I actually like this better. Well, let me see if I can set that in there. This is not a set, but we will. Oh, okay, it doesn't even kind of fit in there. So that's, yeah, we won't do that. Oh, how about some baskets now with the weaver? Do you have any from when you used to do shows left and when you used to do classes? Is that what this is?
Yeah, they're more class baskets than anything.
Do you know who made that? That doesn't look like yours.
I think my mother made this, actually.
Okay. Oh, so classes, and even you taught her how in the end.
Yeah.
And what's that other thing there? That's kind of heart-like.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it will hold things.
It looks like there should be a handle on it.
It does. It should have a handle.
Okay.
It should come out right here.
Okay. And you did a lot of this silly little stuff when you did shows, not just art baskets, but here fun little things that hobbyists would like. This has a very interesting rim on it. Yeah. A lot of weaving.
The hearts were big sellers.
Okay. And let me see the outside of that. It looks like the outside is interesting too. Oh, look at that. There's loop-de-loops hanging down. The kind of thing that Cozy Ceramic Sheila slip trails on her pots. Okay. Any other ideas?
Well, I don't know. You might want to...
And how's that knee doing? It's what, 2 weeks old now?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And you said you did the stairs and they're easier to do than they used to be long ago?
Yeah, well, not long ago.
Oh, here, this isn't yours, but here, this would be great for somebody who makes slab-built pots. And could be highly decorated with stamps and slip trailing. Okay, well, I'm glad to see the knee is working out well. The steps went better than they did before. But they're still not recovered yet. Oh, there goes your little boy. Okay, he liked getting out on the ski trails today. Okay, now that that's over, one more time, out on the trails. I don't know if I can hold the camera and ski at the same time. But I will say I've got maybe some new way of learning for you. We will look into some old pots in the next couple weeks. Stop back and see what's going on in the studio next week.